What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the video. I'm going to be talking about why I decided to buckle down and pay off my debt. Before I begin, please hit that like button. It really does help in supporting my channel. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you like the topic of personal finance, if you like talking about budgeting and lowering my debt and my personal journey. Please subscribe to my channel because that is everything that this channel is about. In order to understand why I decided to start really buckling down and paying off my debt, you have to understand my background and how I grew up and the people that I've been around. I got into debt during a time when I was surrounded by people who were also in debt, and it became very normal to me that you have debt. Everyone has debt, and that's just what happens, and that's just what it is. And that is very different from how I grew up. I grew up in a, believe it or not, in a very financially healthy environment where both of my parents know how to manage their money. My dad's whole career was managing the finances of this huge company. He was the person that did that. And even my mom has a degree in accounting, finance? She tells me this all the time. It's accounting or finance. That's that's the degree that she has. They're both very smart individuals and they're both business people. Okay, they both know how to run businesses, and included in that is also managing their finances. They don't do debt, period. They do not do it. I was raised, don't get into debt, don't get into debt. And that was kind of not drilled into me, but I was always very aware of the fact that debt is not okay. So my family was very financially stable and very much just no debt, anti-debt. And growing up in that environment was really good, but I don't think I really thought about what that meant because I hadn't been around people before who suddenly had debt, and I think suddenly making that shift where it was me for the first time ever really just managing my finances was something that I just didn't really know how to deal with. And setting boundaries for myself, I didn't really know how to do because I've never really had boundaries set. I didn't really hear the word no a lot because we were at a really good financial spot, my entire family. And so no wasn't really a word that was used very often because it did make sense to spend that money. And it was something that my family was yeah, we can go out to eat, that's fine. And so I never really set any boundaries for myself because I don't think I ever saw any boundaries set during that time. I'm not trying to say they should have done this and they should have done that. I just wish that I had been more interested and had asked. And in college, I dabbled with a monthly budget, but it was one of those things where I would do it at the beginning of the month and then completely forget about it and not check in with me about my spending, and I wasn't telling my money where to go. All of my bills were paid for. I'm so fortunate that my parents were able and willing to put me through college. So all of my bills were paid for, so any money that I made, because I did consistently work throughout my 4 years of college, was just fun money. It was money that I had to use how I wished. And so I never saw a problem until I had graduated college and suddenly I had bills to pay on my own and I had to figure out how to make everything make sense. And at first I was doing fine because I was making enough money to ensure that my spending habits, eating out a lot and things like that, were okay. And I was able to pay off my credit card every month, but the bill kept on getting higher and higher. And then I made what I thought was a good business decision, and the majority of the money that I spent went towards this one thing that I thought I would be able to make a career out of. It ended up not working out. I ended up shifting paths and it just was a poor decision. I didn't ask the right questions and I do regret it. I'm gonna make a video just breaking down my debt because I did actually sit down and go through all of my credit card statements and just figure out where all of the money went. And so I am putting together a video about that. And I will get into more about my business decision then. I was just really in debt. And I was so far in. And when you're in a stressful environment like that, everyone handles it differently. I handle stressful environments by spending money on food. I'm an emotional eater, and I'm not just someone that like, oh, let's go to the grocery store and get food for me to binge on. No. I'm talking takeout, which is always more expensive. And it's not something that I like. I didn't think about it. I was ordering food almost every day, and it just went way too far. So in December, I decided to move. My rent up in Portland, Oregon was almost 3 times what I'm paying here. And I decided to move and cut my costs down so that I could really tackle my debt. And I think the reason why I realized that I really needed to pick up the speed on this was because the credit cards that I had that are now in my freezer, if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this video up here where I talk about credit cards and how I froze mine. Literally, they're in my freezer. And the credit cards that I had a 0% APR for the first 9 months. And so I wasn't really motivated to pay it down because I wasn't going to be paying anything extra. But then when I started to really understand that no, it's getting really close to when they are starting to charge me interest, I have to do something, because I'm fine with spending money, but I don't want to spend money and then have to pay more on top of that, on top of what I spent. And that's the thing that really made me, okay, let's buckle down and let's get this done, because interest is stupid. And I'm gonna make an entire video on what interest is. That's really what made me decide to buckle down and get it done. But then I wasn't quite there. I wasn't quite doing what I needed to be doing. I was on YouTube and I saw a video by Dave Ramsey, who I loosely follow his principles and his steps. I saw a video, and it was someone who had $80,000 in student loan debt, and she was working a minimum wage full-time job, just like me. She was earning about $19,000 a year. And I saw that his advice was, you don't have a spending problem, you have an income problem. So you have to work on upping your income. And that really resonated with me. Like, I'm not stuck at a minimum wage job. I'm a very resourceful person, so I can figure out how to up my income and how to create money so that I can pay off my debt. And that really started to motivate me. But then after that, I was recommended a video about this girl, Asia Dang. I talked about her in my first video introducing this whole series. Link up here or up there. Don't really know which one it's gonna be, but it'll be there. And she really walks you through her journey of paying off her debt of $200,000 in 2 years. And she really upped her income. She really hustled and she really got it done. And so she really motivated me to get it done and to get working on it and just really hustle and just get it done. And I also really enjoyed the fact that she was so open and honest about her spending and her income. She gave you numbers, and that is kind of the tip of the iceberg for me that really just motivated me to be like, okay, let's do this. She was one of the only person at the time I had seen that was talking about their specific income. And I don't think people quite understand how motivating that is for another person who watches their videos to be like, oh, okay, like I don't know what it is about someone talking about their income, but it makes you feel more motivated to tackle your own. So ultimately, it was a mixture of me not wanting to pay interest, finding Dave Ramsey, and finding Asia Dang to get motivated to really start paying off my debt in a short amount of time with the income that I have. And that, my friends, is why I decided to really buckle down and pay off my debt. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help support my channel. Also, please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy this content, if you want to see more videos like this, please, please, please subscribe to my channel. Also comment down below. I just want to hear from you guys. Every time I get a message, it just motivates me even more to continue making these videos. So please, please, please communicate with me, whether it be private message or comment down below, liking my videos. Every time someone subscribes, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to put out a new video. I need to keep doing this. So it all is just motivating me to continue. So thank you for doing that, and please continue to do that. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!